Welcome to this evening with Christian Provenzano with Sunnamusk. Christian, welcome to London.
Thank you, and thank you for inviting me.
It's honestly a pleasure and a privilege to have you here and to talk with you. For people, I'm sure everyone knows you, but for the people that may not know you, Christian, how long have you been in the fragrance industry, the perfume space?
Well, sometimes I feel ashamed to tell how long I've been in the business because it's over 50 years. I started in 1971, did my perfumery school for about a year and a half, and then joined a company as a trainee perfumer, then move on to junior perfumer, and kept going up, and now I've got the title of master perfumer.
And you are with CPL, the one and only.
I'm with CPL for the past 36 years now.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, I know, yes. I've been approached by other companies, but I thought, no, CPL is my home. So
good,
that's
amazing. We love CPL as well.
Good.
So let's get started, I guess. We'll go straight into the questions. This evening will be just to get an insight into how Christian's thinking kind of goes, how he crafts perfumes, how he comes up, and also what he thinks will be happening in the fragrance space moving forward as well. So Christian, the first question for you is, what inspires your creative process when developing a new fragrance brief?
Well, inspiration comes from many different places. You know, you could be walking on a beach, and you could be somewhere in a park smelling flowers, go to botanical gardens. It can come from everywhere, so that's where you get your inspiration, basically.
And do you find yourself often, walking along a certain place, or see something very beautiful, and that kind of triggers a thought, which inspires, obviously?
Well, I do, because I do a lot of traveling. So in every country, you pick up something new. Recently, I was in India, and woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and we went to the flower garden or flower market, I think it's called. Yeah. And you see some amazing smells there that inspires you to create some fragrances around this kind of flowers.
That's very exciting, and it must be amazing to be able to travel and I guess source different kind of ingredients and different flowers and all these kind of exciting things. So that's amazing. How do you balance art? This is actually I'm curious myself about this. How do you balance artistic freedom with commercial goals of a brand? Because obviously, brands want to sell fragrance and they want to maximize obviously how many products they sell. But of course, there is that sort of creative element. How do you balance that?
Well, creativity, it comes from everywhere. So to balance it, I'm not sure. I'm getting the point of what you are actually asking, but the creativity
what I mean is,
in what terms?
What I mean is, sometimes you can make a fragrance that's very mass appealing. The masses will like it. Other times you might create something that you really like, but
the market doesn't accept it.
Exactly. So how do you balance that?
Well, that's very difficult. I mean, you can't judge, because a fragrance might be accepted in one country but completely rejected in another, and that happens very often. So to try and get a worldwide, as I call it, a worldwide fragrance approval, it's quite challenging, but I'm pretty good at it.
Been doing that a while. And in terms of, I guess, there's been a lot of things happening within the fragrance space, a lot of new trends, new things happening, new ingredients. What fragrance trends do you see shaping the industry in the next 2 to 3 years?
It's a very difficult question, because it's always difficult to plan or think what's going to happen in the next 2 or 3 years. But if the trend carries on as it is at the moment, you see a lot of gourmand fragrances, which I'm sure is still going to continue next year and maybe the year after. But also there are a lot of green notes coming in the market now, which obviously was back in the 80s, where green perfume was very, very good, very floral green. And also the flowers always stays, there's always flowery fragrance. And also the oud market is becoming huge as well, especially in the niche brands.
Yeah, Middle Eastern sort of inspired fragrances are very, very popular at the moment. What do you think has driven this? Why have Middle Eastern fragrances sort of exploded?
Well, because the niche market itself has exploded. People just love it, and they want to smell different, basically. So they don't want to go down and go and buy a Christian Dior perfume or middle kind of market. They prefer to have something unique, and if they have the money, they pay for it.
Yeah. Of course. And what are some of the biggest mistakes you think that brands make when working with a perfumer? Is there anything that comes to mind?
Yes, there is, especially when they don't give enough details on the brief. Right. Sometimes they put you on the wrong side, and you create something, and at the end they tell you, well, this is not what I asked for. Yeah, because you gave me the wrong information at the beginning, so it's very difficult. So you have to guide them as well. Some companies are very professional, and they know exactly what they want. But some others, they come to you
Hopefully
and say, I want. Yeah, you're good. We want a floral fragrance. Okay, there's 1,000 kind of floral fragrance. Which one do you want? So it's very difficult to point out, and you do a lot of trials for nothing, basically.
There is a kind of, I guess, a misunderstanding amongst people that synthetic ingredients are always kind of maybe worse or bad in some way. Could you shed some light around the difference of synthetic ingredients and natural ingredients, and what is the perfect balance, and how do you use it?
All right. So to create a fragrance and to create good fragrances, you have to have a mix of both. You cannot create a fragrance just with natural products. You can, but this is for aromatherapy and this kind of things. For fragrances, if you want fragrances to last or to give a very strong impact, you have to have the chemicals. Without the chemicals, you're not going to get that.
Yeah. But you do use natural ingredients within the composition.
Oh, of course. Right? Every formulas I create. And of course, in the niche market, the prices are an issue, so you can use the best essential oils, absolute, all the natural products available.
And what is that balance? Is there a balance of how much natural and how much synthetic is it?
Depends a lot on the customer, because as you know, this mic is not very good. As you know, natural products are a lot more expensive than chemicals, but you do have chemicals with a very high price as well. So the balance, it all depends on what the customer's target is and what price or what he can afford. So you always play around that.
Yeah, of course. And sustainability is a big thing these days. Everyone wants to be sustainable. Everyone wants to be responsible. What is your kind of approach to sustainability? How do you keep fragrances sustainable whilst keeping the fragrance intact and making sure the projection and the performance and everything else is amazing?
Well, as a company, as CPL, we prefer to buy directly from the farmers. Obviously, these are 100% sustainable products, but we have to also buy from other companies because, if you want certain products, you might not get it sustainable. But I think our palette of naturals is probably more than 70% sustainable.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. Amazing. At CPL, you guys have a really kind of interesting technology, which is Aromaspace. Can you tell us a little bit about Aromaspace? How does it work?
Yeah, Aromaspace is a technology that we have developed in CPL. I'm very much part of it because I do some of the Aromaspace myself. It's a technology which is you capture the smell of it can be a flower, it can be wood, it can be a fruit, and you actually get the head space, as it's called, the top note of the flowers or the wood, and then you recreate the smell of the actual flower or the wood or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's like a mic for fragrances, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah.
You literally put it inside the machine and it kind of smells it, and you recreate that scent, which is really, really cool, actually. If you want to launch a disruptive or a unique scent, where do you start?
Using good ingredients. That's probably the key.
What are good ingredients? You give us some of your favorites.
If we talk about my favorite ingredients, I always like the very strong ingredients because being in the Middle East, you have to have very strong perfumes anyway. So I tend to go for the ambers, the woodies, the leathery, saffron, you know, this kind of stuff, which are very, very strong.
Yeah. And you've been in the Middle East for quite a while, right?
18 years now.
Wow.
In Dubai.
And do you think that that's had a sort of influence, impact into how you approach perfumery?
For sure. In the Middle East now, I'm known as the king of wood and the master of amber.
Wow.
That's what they actually call
Really?
me. Yes.
Wow,
Some
that's
of the
phenomenal.
customers.
Okay. So, what is the most personal fragrance you've created, and what does it mean to you? Is there one?
Probably one of my very first big win, which was the Agent Provocateur, which was launched in 2000 and won the Fifi Award, Best Niche Fragrance. And that fragrance I created was before its time, because already it contained saffron and very Middle Eastern things, which there was none in the market at that time. So.
And I know we kind of touched on this, but do you have a favorite raw material that you always lean on?
Yes, I do. But more than one. I can't. Oud, since again being in the Middle East, oud has been a big influence in my creations. But I do like to combine the oud with the amber and other leathery notes.
Oud is quite a tricky sort of ingredient to work with, right? And it can usually easily overpower any fragrance.
Exactly.
How do you kind of maintain that balance and ensure that it doesn't get too overpowering or, you know, too animalic?
It's true, because there are various quality of oud. So you can have oud from India, oud from Laos, oud from where do we get them? Thailand. And they all have different smell. Some are very animalic, some are very leathery, some are very woody, smoky. But you need to learn how to work with wood.
Yes.
And there are a lot of perfumers that I know, they don't know how to work with wood.
Yeah.
I've been visiting plantations as well. I've been explaining exactly the process and everything. So it's something that's not many perfumers have been exposed to.
Is it the composition of other ingredients that you use with it that kind of, I guess, mellows it and taints it?
As you said earlier, you can easily overdose the wood.
Yeah.
So for European in general, they don't like it.
Yeah.
But in the Middle East, the more you put, the better it is.
Yeah, but we can see that there is a growing interest in, I guess, stronger oud-based fragrances in the Western world, which is very interesting. And
there is. Yeah,
very, very
but
cool.
The only difference is that in the Western world, they don't use natural wood.
Yeah.
Because they don't like the smell of it.
Yeah. It's too barnyard, yeah?
Yeah, but then you have some interesting wood reconstituted, as we call it. So there are bases that you can use, and it reminds you of wood, but it's not the real stuff.
Okay, and do you have? I know you kind of talked about your most personal, creation that you've made, but do you have a all-time favorite that one of your creations that you've worked on? Is there an all-time favorite?
It's difficult after 50 years to pick just one. But
how many fragrances have you created, do you think?
Oh my God, no. 50,000 maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
In 50 years it must be 50,000.
Master perfumer, the name doesn't come without a reason.
But they're not all selling. Yeah, I wish they were, but yes.
So it's too hard to pick one of the babies.
No, I mean the most recent one, or not recent, but in the past 10 years, there was the Alfetti, which was a huge success, and it still is today. I mean, a few months ago, I went to the 10 years anniversary of Alfetti, and it's still the top seller.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah. And this is a question that I'm sort of very interested to know. What makes the difference between an average fragrance, which is kind of like nice, but and a true masterpiece, like something that's truly extraordinary? What is that difference?
I think we probably back to what I said earlier, is down to the quality of the raw material you use. If you have a lot of money, you're going to get a masterpiece.
But does that always mean the case that if you have a lot of money, you get a good fragrance?
In my case, yes.
Fair enough.
But no, it's true, you can get some very good fragrances at an average price. But it's not gonna last as long as a kind of a niche fragrance because it hasn't got the quality ingredients. Because all these fragrances, if you take, like I said earlier, Yves Saint Laurent, Dolce & Gabbana, they have a budget, so they can't go above, a certain price on the fragrance cost, and that sort of limits the perfumer of what they can actually use.
Fun fact: when we brief CPO on a fragrance, we never give a budget.
That's what I like.
We always tell the perfumers, you guys create what you like to create, and we will price it backwards,
Well, when we worked on these two fragrances, the two new launches, we never discussed prices.
Exactly. There was no discussion of a budget.
You came to Dubai, we smell a few things, and there it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, a lot of our guests and attendees here tonight, I'm sure, would like to know, do you think perfumery is an art or a science?
In my case, it's an art.
Okay.
Of course, there is a bit of science behind it, because when you talk about molecules, you need to know, this kind of different chemicals and things like that. But it's an art as well. Yeah. Most of it. Yeah.
And what advice can you give? Because there's a lot of people that I can see, especially in the UK where I'm from, a lot of people are getting into fragrance, and I'm truly blown away. It's so incredible to see how many people are into fragrance. I actually didn't know this before kind of this whole blow up of TikTok perfumes. And it's so amazing to see how many people share this passion of perfumery and are also trying to get into this space, whether that's by reviewing fragrances, smelling fragrances, creating their own brands and fragrances. What advice would you give to someone who wants to train their nose to become like a perfumer or have a better nose in general?
The best way is to join a perfumery school. That would be the first step to take. And of course, memorizing raw material, evaluating raw material every day. And this is what my training was also for over a year. Every day you were smelling raw material from 8 o'clock till 5 o'clock.
Wow.
And you have to memorize them. If you don't have a good memory, forget it. You're not going to do it. So yes.
And is there a good short course or something that
There are courses available. There's one which is about a year. It takes about a year long. It's called GIP. It's in France, in Grasse. But they've just opened the same school in Dubai now.
Okay.
So it's interesting.
If anyone wants to move to Dubai for a year.
If anybody wants to go to Dubai instead of France, you can go there.
Yeah. And what's one underrated material that people don't usually talk about, but actually it might be a hidden gem, or maybe you use it, it's a secret, one of your secrets that you don't tell anyone? Is there anything that comes to mind?
Not really, no. There's no secret raw material in the business. Yeah, for us in Dubai, yes, because we have a lot of Indian specialities made from herbs and spices, shamama. I don't know if you know this name, shamama.
Yeah.
So these are very special ingredients.
Very strong, right?
Yes,
very
which
strong.
are not available in Europe.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're
it's
not.
It's like if you put it on your hand, you can't get it off.
Exactly. Yeah. So yes, but it's not. There's not many that secret raw material now.
Yeah. And do you wear your own perfumes? What's the kind of rotation? What's a Christian Provenzano? How do you wear perfume?
I do buy perfumes, but I wear a lot of my own as well.
Yeah, you wear a lot of your own.
Yes, because I'm trying them at the same time. So when you get a comment, if you walk somewhere and somebody says, "Oh, what the hell is this?" No?
Yeah.
And then you got a good fragrance.
Yeah.
That's it.
Actually, when you gave me this sample of one of the fragrances, which I'm not going to talk about yet, I walked into my friend's shop and he literally said, "You left a trail behind and it smells amazing." And he doesn't usually compliment me, so I was like, "Okay, we must get this."
This is when you know it's a good fragrance. If you get a compliment from someone, then it's
because people don't usually compliment; they don't go out of their way. But when they do, it means they really, really liked it.
Yeah.
So I guess in terms of the two fragrances that we've worked on. What obviously I know you're going to kind of do an interactive session, which I don't want to kind of ruin, but what was your kind of inspiration? What was your approach to when you sort of conceptualized these fragrances and actually worked on them?
Well, when we talk about these two fragrances, first one and the second one, but it was obviously something that you like, because amber is something that
Yes,
I think you love it.
It's my favorite one.
And so this is the fragrance itself was inspired by amber. I think I used like 3 different types of amber, which obviously are very strong and long lasting. And this is probably the fragrance you're referring to, that your friend said it leaves a trail. Yes.
So when we were in Dubai and we met, we spoke with Christian and we were talking about an amber fragrance, and I said I love amber, and we talked about different kind of raw materials and ingredients. We had a good session, probably an hour and a half.
That's right.
Just talking about it, and I kind of left him to it, and I didn't think too much of it, because when I think of it, I get too excited. I'm like, I'm going to keep emailing you and say, when is the sample coming? But actually, one day you called me up and you said it's ready, and you said we were actually meeting in Milan at the time.
Yeah.
For Exxons, and you brought it, which was amazing fragrance, and I'm really glad that we got to where we are. Actually, we've known each other for a long time, but we haven't actually worked on that many launches, and I'm really excited.
That's right, yeah.
Now slowly start to get you on board.
Well, it's a new beginning.
Yes, absolutely, and I'm sure there will be many more to come. We actually got a briefing tomorrow as well.
Good. So, and I've got samples to show you tomorrow as well.
Exciting stuff. Okay, so we'll now, I guess, pass it over to the floor. If people want to ask any questions, we'll be giving a mic round, and you guys can ask Christian questions yourselves directly. And of course, it could benefit everyone else. After that, we'll move on to an interactive, very fun session. What will you be doing, Christian?
Yes, we're going to, well, I'm sure a lot of you have never had the opportunity to smell raw materials. So I want to show you some of the raw material I've used for the creation of these 2 new fragrances. So it'll be quite interesting, I'm sure.
Wicked. So I guess I will look out for anyone. Does anyone...
Oh, question.
That's one. You said, do you have a mic that's working?
Yeah, you can catch this one. Doesn't work very well.
I'll just give it to you.
Yours doesn't work. You know, you've been holding the mic for a long time, but it's not working.
Really?
Does it work? Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so this question is usually phrased to brands, but as a perfumer, how important do you think social media is for fragrances in the modern age?
Well, it definitely helps on the sales. But I mean, there's so many influencers at the moment, and I love it when they start talking about fragrances, especially when they talk about mine.
So, do you encourage content creators and influencers to take this step and create their own fragrances and explore their own passion for fragrances?
I know a couple who already have started doing that, and you probably know a girl called Curly. She started to do her own fragrance, and she came to see me last week in Dubai, and she wants to launch a fragrance with me, so that's okay. But there are others. There's a guy in Australia. I can't remember his name now. But anyway, yes, there's a lot of influencers who want to start their own fragrances. You have also Jeremy, who's doing his fragrances. You probably know him. Yeah.
Everyone knows Jeremy.
The expensive Jeremy. Are you using him?
No.
Don't. Okay.
Yeah. Anyone else? Yeah. We've
Oh,
got
yeah.
The Average Nose. One of.
What do you mean the average nose?
He goes by the name of The Average Nose, but he's also an avid lover of Sunnamusk and a long-time supporter.
Hey Christian.
Hi.
So I'm hoping to get a second day after tomorrow. So how would you advise me to spray my perfume?
How would I advise you to spray your perfume? Do it the Arab way. Everywhere. And the bottle only lasts like a week.
Is this how you spray perfume?
No, I'm kidding. No, you mean for men, obviously, it's just around the neck and not like women, the wrist, this is bollocks.
Just focus on my neck.
Your neck? Yeah, you can put it on your neck as well. But normally it's just around. People don't put it on your face because it's not really recommended.
Anywhere else apart from the neck?
No. But the way I do it is just the neck.
very much.
Okay. One very far there.
The Arabs kind of they have 3 layers, right? They have
Oh,
the
yeah.
oils, they have
Yeah,
the spray,
yeah,
and they have
oh,
the
yeah.
bakhur.
No, but I'm not kidding. A bottle will last them like a week.
That's insane.
Not only they put it at home, but in their car they got like 3 bottles as well. So it's
That's why they leave a trail behind, don't they?
and that's why we
Right.
sell a lot of perfumes in the Middle East.
Fine.
Hello guys.
Hi.
Yeah, just a quick one because I've asked a few people this and I've gotten some different answers. So I wanted to get your opinion. There's a little bit of a TikTok thing going on where everyone's recommending people to not rub their scent as soon as that they spray it. Is that true that it damages the fragrance, or is it okay to rub?
Sorry, I didn't get the middle
Is
part.
it so?
Is that
There's a kind of misconception around if you rub your fragrances, that's a bad thing. Should you be rubbing your fragrances? Is it bad to rub your fragrances? Should you not
it's
be-
not advisable to rub it because you break down some of the molecules, so it's not good.
Oh, okay, because I heard from another perfumer that the molecules are actually too small for it to be affected. So would you argue against that, or?
Yes, I would.
I like it. It's straight up.
Oh, one more.
Yeah, we got a couple. Got a few.
So hello, first of all. I wanted to ask you, as someone that's made vibrato, how do you see people that are cloning, duping, whatever you want to call it? Do you take it as a
Knockoff.
offense? Or do you
Knockoff,
take it
it's
as
called.
So you do take it as an offense, essentially?
Do you take it as a bad thing, like people are knocking off or duping, an original creation? How do you
Everybody's
see
got to make a living, yeah. So maybe it's not the right answer, but yes, I'm actually quite proud if somebody copies my perfume. It means I created something good,
Yes, yes.
you know. But obviously, if they make it at a third of the price or less, then I get offended.
Jack Christian,
Hi.
just a quick one. So I think sometimes the fragrances have emotions behind them. I wanted to know, do you have a favorite emotion you have to capture in a fragrance when you're crafting?
No. No emotion. It's pure business.
You gotta love the honesty. You got big man, fragrance Viking
Aha.
over here. I love the beard, man.
Just a quick question. Would you ever think about, instead of making fragrances for someone else, just start your own line and stop making fragrances for other companies?
Well, I have my own line already, so
I mean, like, no longer make for anyone else and solely focus on.
no, because I enjoy both, making my own and making for customers.
Thank you.
All right?
Have anyone? Oh. Do we have any other questions before we move on to the interactive smelling session?
Alright, Christian.
Yes.
Just a quick question. How do you personally define success in perfumery? Like, for example, is it mass appeal? So if there's if a fragrance is popular, or your own emotional impact on the fragrance? What makes you proud of the fragrance that you create?
I think it's the popularity of the fragrance, especially when a fragrance starts selling worldwide, then obviously it's exactly, yeah.
It means it's resonated with a large amount of people across the
Yes.
globe, and a lot of people appreciate the fragrance,
That's right,
right?
yes.
Average
No.
once again, we get.
Oh,
How long on average does it take you to create a fragrance?
that was in the question, you missed it.
Oh,
I think it's the one that
No,
I can
I'm glad you asked
it's,
that.
it's the one that I can read the handwriting.
It depends really, the length of time. Sometimes you can do it fairly quickly. Depends how clear the project is. But sometimes you can
A
take
good fragrance.
a good fragrance probably can take to 6 to 8 months, sometimes even longer. Yes.
what's the longest amount of time it's ever taken to make?
I think I haven't got over 8 months. I think when we were working on the Agent Provocateur fragrance, I think that was a long process. There was a lot of trials, every work and send back and come back. So until they finally accept the final trial. Yeah.
We'll take one more and then we'll move on because we are short of time.
Yeah, sorry, last question, Christian.
Hi,
If you weren't a perfumer, what would you be?
chef.
Why?
I love cooking.
It's kind of like the same thing, isn't it?
Well, this is all linked. You know, a lot of people ask when you think about it, perfumery, cooking, painting, all these things, they're all linked. You know, it's all artistic. And even a chef is an artist because, you know, cooking is, people make it easy sometimes, but they are very complex dishes that it's like perfumes.
Off that question, if you invite me around to dinner, when you invite me around to dinner, what would you make me?
If I what?
Sorry, if you
Invite me around to dinner, what would you make me?
if
I would cook for you. Which country are you from?
Ghana.
Ghana? Oh my God, I've never cooked that kind of food. Okay, I will make you Italian food, for sure. Yes.
he's Italian by heritage.
Well, family, Sicilian parents, you know.
Okay, sorry.
Thank
Thank you so much for the questions. I think let's have a round of applause for Christian.
And you.
Thank you so much. We'll go on to something a little bit more fun, something you guys love doing, which is smelling. And we'll have our lovely Wendy.
So
Wendy, please welcome.
Wendy is going to start dipping. So what we've done, holy shit, sorry. What we've done, or what I've done, I've prepared some ingredients which will highlight the two fragrances that we are launching.
Mhm.
Yes?
Yes.
So we're going to start, but I'm not supposed to say the names, right?
Yes, so they are actually...
An amber. We start with an amber.
We'll start with the amber, and we have an oud as well. But
the
you
first
guys
one,
will be
yes.
leaving
Yeah,
with one of the fragrances, just a little bottle, a sample. So exclusive access. Obviously not to be talked about, or kind of, you know, this is just kind of for you guys.
Yeah, so this is part of the top note of the fragrance, which is the amber. But obviously, in a fragrance, you cannot just have amber elements. So you got to put other things. And this is why I'm trying to show you some of the different ingredients in the fragrance. Where's Wendy gone? Oh, there. Maybe someone else can help passing around. I don't know.
I can get somebody else to help me pass around.
Yeah. So you can do the second one.
Smell it around.
Would you like to comment on the smell of the material? These are chemicals, by the way. This is a chemical. Do you find a tropical kind of fruit effect? Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's got many facets. It's got a...
Picked up dried fruits.
You said dried fruit? Yes, yeah, it can be also, yeah. So the second one is, I'm not sure I don't have the names around.
Smell it.
The second one is called Magnolan, so it's related to the magnolia flower, but it's a molecule, not an essential oil. So this will be part of the middle notes from the fragrance. This is a very flowery, soft floral. We will refer it as white floral. You can carry on, Wendy. Yeah,
Yep,
third
third
one. Third one is called Hedion. Hedion, anybody knows the name? Hedion as a chemical? Hedion is also known as white jasmine. It's very soft, and it's probably used in 80% of the fragrances around the world.
Is it quite like a sugary kind
Soft,
of smell?
yeah, soft floral, yes.
Do you want to use
So-
this bag? I think this one's better.
So most fragrances contains hedione in small quantities or sometimes up to 50% in the formula, depending on the effect you want to give. The fourth one coming, it's called Aromalid. This is one of our specialities, internal specialty, which are not we're not selling to any other companies. It's a musk, so it's a very, very pleasant musk, which is also used for middle notes and base notes as well. What? See, someone will look. You can dip the next one. Where's Wendy? Oh, she's there. Nobody's helping Wendy. Nobody's helping Wendy. Okay, the next one, you've done Aromalid just now, Wendy?
Yep, coming.
You've done Aromalid, yeah?
That was, was that
Yes, Aromalid.
Yeah, thank you.
Aromalid. Okay, the next one is Ambroxan. Anybody knows the name? Ambroxan? You do? Oh. Aha. Now, Ambroxan is one of the most used ambery notes in the industry. It's probably the closest to the natural ambergris, which is from the whale glands, but reproduced chemically. Yeah. So this is diluted at a 10% solution because the material itself is a powder. So the powder you cannot dip, so that's why we had to dilute it. And this,
Are you guys enjoying this?
are you ready? Will nobody say wow? Wow. Okay, next one is another ambery note, which is probably the key of the fragrance amber we're launching. It's called ambrosanide. So it's a different kind of amber. If you compare the one you're smelling now and the one coming, it's quite different, and the strength is just amazing. And this is also diluted because the 100% material is very, very strong.
You know what that smells like, right? Just make sure it doesn't smell like
And the last one is Veramos. Veramos is a molecule that smells of oak moss. Oak moss is a moss from a tree, which is used a lot in fragrances as well. And if you think of fragrances like Baccarat, Baccarat Rouge and all this, there's a high level of this material coming in the fragrance. You're enjoying that, huh? I can tell. She's got a big smile. Okay, right. Now we're moving to the next fragrance, which is going to be launched, which is fruity mango.
mango. Yes.
Mango. So it's a mango something. We cannot tell the full name, but it's mango something. So the first one is what we have done in terms of headspace analysis, and it's called Alfonso Mango. So this is what we have done internally in our company. Is the Alfonso Mango?
Yep, come in.
This is Alfonso Mango. So this is very much of a top note for the fragrance, the fragrance we are launching. I feel like saying the names.
No, don't.
Right?
Yeah. We've got to keep the excitement for when it actually launches.
That's right, yeah. Nice. The second one is Rose Absolute.
Oh, I love a bit of rose.
Rose Absolute from Turkey. Any Turkish here? Nobody's Turkish? No? Okay.
Oh, this is the one.
Oh, I didn't see you. Okay, Rose Absolute going around. Wendy?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
Can you skip the next two?
Yeah, these two.
You skip the Opera Need and the Sway around. Wendy, we're going to skip two because it's too long.
I agree.
So we're going to skip Opera Need and Sway around.
So stand those up then, Sophie.
And just do, no, actually skip all. Just do the oud.
So,
Oh, that's a good idea.
guys,
Just do the
I have
oud. Is that the oud?
special announcement. So, in the bags that you have today,
Yeah, that's it.
it's a bit of a lucky mix. You got one of the two fragrances launching in the 3 ml sample that you're getting. So some of you guys will be leaving with the amber fragrance, and some of
And
you
the
guys
mango.
will be leaving with the mango fragrance. So you guys got to work that out, but we'll keep that as a sort of.
Still a secret.
What's this one?
Oud Cambodian.
Oud Cambodian.
This is very on topic, isn't it?
On top, yeah. And the final one in the raw material, we're going to look at Oud Oil Cambodian. So again, this is in a solution at 10%. The average price is $25,000 a kilo.
Wow.
$25,000 per kilo.
Cambodian oud. Is it Cambodian oud? You think? Yeah?
Yes.
Cambodian oud.
Before the
before
Rose
Absolute.
Rose Absolute from Turkey.
From Turkey.
Good? You like the wood? This is the brother.
Imad,
Brother
Imad.
number 2.
bring
This
some
is my
of the
wife,
Sunnamusk
Monica.
sample, guys. Bring some of the Sunnamusk sample, guys. Nazin sample.
Well, she influenced me. Do you want to do the 3 top, middle, base or not?
Sorry?
The 3 when we split the top, middle, and base?
So
Or do you want to do it or
No.
you skip it?
it's fine.
Do it.
I think we're short for time.
Shorter time?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, guys, so I think that concludes our raw material presentation. Hope you enjoyed it. For some of who were not aware that they existed.
Yeah, so I'm sure you guys will be kind of talking with each other, networking with each other. Check what's in the bag. There will be kind of the ambery fragrance. And this
the
one
mango.
is I shouldn't say my favorite, but it is my favorite out of the two. And it's such an incredible fragrance because it starts off so soft and sort of mellow, but as it goes with time, it actually becomes more potent and stronger, which I've never found in a fragrance that it starts off light and gets stronger,
That's
which is
right,
magic.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
So really, really incredible creation. So thank you, Christian,
Thank you.
for making these masterpieces, and we're looking forward to.
And I'm looking forward to the next few fragrances we're going to do together.
Yes. Can we have a big, big, big round of applause for Christian Provenzano?
And you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So as I said, you do have the goodie bag. So you have a discovery set from Sunnamusk for some of our existing collections. Feel free to obviously smell them. Let us know what your thoughts are. If you do want any from the collection, you can reach out to our PR team and we'll try and sort something out as well. But these ones have not got a confirmed date yet, but we are looking at the end of the year for the launch of these two fragrances, which will be very, very exciting. And at that point, of course, we will be kind of sending out bigger bottles for people to try out and actually use and get used to it day to day. Just before we kind of finish off, I want to kind of, I guess, tell you guys why Sunnamusk exists and why we do what we do. You know, Sunnamusk started off in 2009 from sheer passion with me and my brother here, Shafiq. He's sat here, round of applause. And you know, we've been growing this brand since 2009 from a market store, which is, I guess, we started off making £20 a day, £30 a day, to where we are today. And we have one simple mission. Our mission is to make luxurious, high quality ingredients and original creations available at an accessible price. And that's what we want to do for the fragrance industry. We want to make good quality ingredients not out of reach. And that's the mission. And we operate a very fair, transparent, pricing model. You know, our fragrances are designed not to break your bank. You know, they're not cheap either, but they kind of fall in that sweet spot in between where you can afford it, but it's also a great creation. And that's what we will strive to work towards in the future as well. And, you know, this amber fragrance, for example, it's dosed at a staggering 40%.
Yes, right.
So it's not a joke, and it's all kind of very, very expensive ingredients within it. So I hope you guys can appreciate that, and we welcome you all to our stores and our boutiques and our kiosks to come and try our fragrances and explore the brand in more depth, and we'd be more than happy to accommodate that and welcome you as well. So thank you all for coming tonight. We really appreciate it. And we're going to have some more refreshments upstairs. So please enjoy that, and have a good evening.